Thank you. I'm Mark Palchik. I am a 70-year-old stand-up comic. Stop. You don't have to call the paramedics. I am perfectly capable of standing up without assistance and telling jokes. Look, I am younger than the president-elect, whoever that may be. I got to tell you, this pandemic has me really dazed and confused. Most days, I got no idea what day it is. Monday morning, I got up, I got dressed for church, and then I remembered, I don't go to church. I'm Jewish. I don't go to church at all. I grew up in Akron, Ohio in the 1960s, and I went to Firestone High School. And I got to tell you, sometimes it was a little bit difficult. For instance, in 9th grade, Ted Dawson jumped me because he wanted to see a Jew boy's horns and tail. What an idiot. I got rid of those when I was circumcised. My entire time in high school and middle school, I sang tenor in the choir. And I had a really unique voice. To this day, I can still remember the choir director, Mr. Thompson, saying, "Hey, Palchik, please sing softer. I can still hear you. Just move your lips. Don't even breathe." Fact of the matter is that being Jewish in the 60s and being in the choir was really difficult because in the 60s, Christmas was a Christian holiday and choirs were expected to sing Christian Christmas carols. Jesus that, Christ that. And as a Jewish boy, it was difficult for me. So instead, I substitute my brother Bryce's name. So I sang about baby Bryce. I sang about Bryce Almighty and fall on your knees. Bryce is born. I wonder why he got a God complex and became a doctor. Of course, you know the old joke, right? What's the difference between God and a doctor? God knows he's not a doctor. During the Christmas season, I also worked in a shop and I delivered poinsettias, vans after vans of poinsettias. Poinsettias are a lot like perfume. One dab on a beautiful girl is wonderful. 2 dabs on a beautiful girl is okay. A van full of poinsettias is like a dozen Aunt Matildas doused in Shalimar. Oh, terrible. Fact of the matter is, the hardest thing about being Jewish in the 60s was being Jewish in the 60s. Look, we had no Christmas, so we got no presents. We had no Easter, so we got no candy. And we had no foreskins, so we got more satisfaction. These days, I live in Washington, D.C., and I love it, except it's really gotten way too expensive. I mean, you would not believe what it costs these days to buy a politician. And they're not worth it. D.C. has a politician that tweeted, "The Jews control the weather." The Jews, really? We haven't been able to control the weather since we left Egypt the first time. And let's face it, if we really had that superpower, we'd just keep New York warm because nobody wants to go to Florida. So I have noticed in my 7 decades on this big blue marble that as people age, their priorities change. A young man of 22 dreams of having a mistress who's young and sexy and dresses up like a nurse. An old man of 92 dreams of having a mistress that's an actual nurse. The young man really, really wants his mistress to knock his socks off. The old man really wants his mistress to help him put his socks back on. Hey, look, I hate the fact that just because I'm 70, people think that I'm old. Oh, when are you going to retire? Oh, isn't that cute? Look at him dodder off to work. Wow, 70 years old and you know how to use Zoom? My Meemaw can't even find the Alt key. Hey, look, I really think that you're not old. unless your side piece is your night nurse. And your wife appreciates the help. And I'm not old. I walk my dog every day, twice a day, for 2 hours. Well, it should only be an hour and a half, but you know, that dog stops every 10 minutes so I can pee. I'm Mark Palchik. Thank you very much.